We will work with our partners, the United Nations, and the Afghan people to pursue a more effective civilian strategy so that the government can take advantage of improved security. This effort must be based on performance. The days of providing a blank check are over.
That was President Obama in his speech at West Point last Tuesday, sending a signal that the U.S. expects change from the Afghan government as well. Joining us again, Afghan President Hamid Karzai from Kabul. So, Mr. President, you just heard right there, no more free rides, no more blank checks. Do you accept that there needs to be change from you to avoid a calamity?
Afghanistan is our country. Nobody will be hurt more than the Afghan people if it doesn't work right. And with regard to a blank check, ma'am, we never had a blank check in Afghanistan. I remember occasions in the past 7 years where I've asked for only $25 million to provide for the security of the Afghan community leaders, religious leaders, and after negotiating for months, we didn't get it. So we are not used to a blank check, and we are not expecting one, but we welcome any cooperation that comes from our allies towards the stability and progress and well-being of the Afghan people.
Mr. Karzai, the United States, for instance, is saying that there must be a crackdown on corruption, a really serious crackdown on corruption. For instance, they have a list of government ministers and cabinet ministers who could be put into office. Are you going to change cabinet ministers, government ministers who are considered to have been corrupt?
Absolutely. We have done that in the past. We will do it again if and when, at any time, there is an occasion where we need to act on corruption with ministers, with officials, with anybody.
Will you be firing people?
For Afghanistan, I have fired people and I will be firing people, yes.
And let me ask you this. There are very clear benchmarks. For instance, there are hundreds of millions of dollars, we're told, that have simply been taken, customs revenue at the Kabul airport alone. Some $12 million of customs revenue being taken from one of the provinces, Nangarhar. How are you going to, and will you crack down on that kind of corruption?
We still have immense problems in the collection of revenues all around the country. This is an ongoing effort, and we will continue to improve upon it, not only on how we collect revenues, but on where best to collect revenues, the procedures, the laws. There's a continuous effort in improving on that. And we will do all that we can to add the best practice to it.
The U.S. has said that if you don't, they will go around you. Let me play this soundbite from President Obama's spokesman, Robert Gibbs.
If President Karzai is unable or unwilling to make changes in corruption or governance, that we will identify people at a sub-cabinet level, at a district level, that can implement the types of services and basic governance without corruption that Afghans need.
What do you think about that?
Well, Afghanistan is a sovereign country. It has a sovereign government. It's not an occupied country. And no foreign power can go beyond the legitimate presence in Afghanistan to undermine the Afghan government and to work directly with those that they wish to work. This has to be forgotten, and this has to be taken very seriously.
Do you think, for instance, you will turn against then some members of your own kin, your own clans, your own officials who've helped you, for instance, even get elected, but some of whom are accused, and there is evidence, of great corruption and fraud?